Good afternoon, my fellow Tibetians around the globe. We are currently live streaming from South Africa in Dobsonville, Gauteng province. Yesterday I was in Western area, not far from Forgeville, and I know most of you were expecting our guest from KZN province. He did not show up due to some technical breakdowns. The signal was not strong enough to connect. So we have re-invited him again today. So we hope in about a couple of minutes he would show up so that we can take it further. But at the moment, I don't have a subject of the day except that I can just refer from the blog and testimonies from what is taking place currently. Yesterday we spoke about the difference between the Bitcoin and the Billion coin, because why are we using Bitcoin and TBC? Because currently they're the only ones who are making history. Okay, though the Bitcoin is of all cryptocurrencies. So, and thanks for the viewers who are currently here. I can see we have 2 viewers and 1 like. Thanks again. We are currently held up, also busy reinstating. Hi, Mrs. Jules from New Zealand. We have Mrs. Jules here, guys. Most of you are familiar with her. She does take part in almost every live stream. So I'll also request everyone to send the comments or share with us anything, or if you have any question, I'm here to take you through. But of course, I won't just give any answers. If something has already been answered, I'll refer you to the blog. So, but if I can answer, it will depend which question is it. Then we will take it from there. So now, we mentioned some things with Stephen and Femi. Since I was a guest yesterday, actually I was hijacked. I was hijacked, but not in a bad way. But when I joined Stephen Caffey's live stream last night, it was only a few minutes. Yeah. I just came in, and after, say, about 5 minutes, I received the request from Stephen that I should come on board and share with you last night, guys. But it was awesome. I really enjoyed being a guest, and I'm looking forward to join some of you in your live stream. So, okay, guys, sometimes we are going to battle a little bit with our contrast here, because I'm in a different location, but it's not bad. You can see me, right? It's not dark, but I think now it's fine. Yeah. So, hi, Jocelyn. Good afternoon. It's 7. Let me check what time is it exactly. It's about 7:16 a.m. Pacific time, which that means It's 16:16 South African time. It's PM here, and then Pacific is AM. Hi again. Greetings to the Philippines. Yeah. What I was saying is that when we engaged ourselves with Bitcoin token in the early days of 2016, it was affordable. It was less than 10 cents. Many people purchased that token. You can say coin or token, it's okay. And before it was announced and launched, many of us were trading shares in the Johannesburg Stock Exchange, London Stock Exchange, New York Stock Exchange. Okay. But some of us were not hands-on. Okay. Companies were doing that for us, or our employees were doing that for us, because they didn't want us to learn how to trade shares. They knew that if they trade for us, they're breaking even. Most of the fractions will be retained by the companies or the firm. So they did not allow you to learn more about shares. Okay. And the shares, take for instance, in South Africa, we have over 600 companies listed in the Johannesburg Stock Exchange. Okay. But you choose which companies, meaning you choose which shares to buy. Okay. Some they're in cents, some they're in rands, some they're in thousands. It depends. But before you purchase a stake of shares, you have to show the company. It will give you a direction on how this company has been doing for the past 10 years, 5 years or 10 years, and where is it heading. Okay. Because sometimes you can buy 7 cents shares multiplied by 7,000, you get millions of shares, but you will sit with those shares for the next coming 20 years because you didn't track down the history of the company. Now, we were advised, also taught, as I was trading shares for 5 years, Johannesburg Stock Exchange, and we were taught to opt from the top of the list. You know, there are those companies who are on the top of the list. Hi, Dinah Gordon from Canada. It's good to see you again. Yeah, I'm currently sitting with a friend here. I explained to her about your advice, you know, the sugar, the maple, molasses, and raw honey. So I was just talking about you 10 minutes ago. Yeah, I hope you're well. And I don't know about the weather currently in Canada, but here we are still experiencing the last days of winter in South Africa. Welcome again. Yeah. So now, when you buy those shares from top companies, you are certain that every day you will be generating something, though the scale will be different. It won't be the same scale every day. Okay. So I, for one, I did not allow my company or a firm to trade shares for me. I wanted to trade shares by myself, but of course I played with more of demo accounts in order to familiarize myself with what is taking place in that market. Okay. Oh, sorry, Dinah. I'm currently using a phone, so I don't know, but some of you can hear me. if you can't hear me, please send me the message, please, so that I can change the device. But I think it's fine. The device is cool. I used it before. Yeah. So if you trade shares by yourself, you gain a lot. Okay. But if you allow the company to do that, they won't even give you a fraction of what you've invested. Okay. So why I'm stating shares is because before we hi Stephen from United States. It's good to see you again. I saw you in the morning, but I was preparing myself to attend other errands, you know. So currently I'm in Dobsonville, Gauteng province, South Africa. Like I said to you, I'll be circulating, okay? And we are still waiting for our guest. It looks like he's battling. I don't know. I've invited him. So we are comparing the before Bitcoin was introduced, okay, or announced, that some of us who were trading shares, okay, New York Stock Exchange, Johannesburg Stock Exchange, London Stock Exchange. So I was trading with Johannesburg Stock Exchange for 5 years. In that 5 years, the first 2-3 years, of course, I was still a student, but I was trading, of course. Yeah. So after that, Bitcoin was announced in 2000 and late 2007 to 2008. It was announced, and then 2009 it was launched. Now, if people managed to trade shares and have patience for shares, because with shares you don't know. For an example, I'll make another example with one of the banks in South Africa. It's called Capitec. Their share 10 years back was worth 35 rands, in rands meaning our currency, or ZAR, okay? And then after 10 years, those shares today, they are worth over 225 rands with our currency, or ZAR. You see, if you invested 10,000 rand, that is almost $1,000 for 10 years. By now, you will have accumulated 44.4%, right, from those shares, meaning by now you will be having 4,400,000 rands in our currency after 10 years. You see? So people manage to wait for the fixed deposits, shares to accumulate, to mature. But why now are they changing the tune and saying Bitcoin is taking long, TBC is taking long? No. The same history will repeat itself, meaning the same history before Bitcoin. Bitcoin made a history, now we are in TBC. So the same history that took place, talking about two histories, the one with shares, the one with Bitcoin. It's currently repeating itself in the Billion coin. Remember, with shares, you also have another platform where you can trade raw materials, oil, etc., precious metals, and so there's quite a lot involved there. Shops, textiles, retailers, So my point is, some of the principles are currently in okay, let me put it this way in a simple language. What happened with shares and Bitcoin, if you go through a blueprint from other sources, including TBC education, of course, and compare, you will see that the difference was the name of the company or program, but some of the principles are the same, okay? So it's up to an individual. How do you see these things, how do you apply them, and how do you present yourselves or present yourself with um, the system of Bitcoin or TBC. Okay, so there was also something interesting from our brother Stephen Coffey's live stream yesterday about one of the ladies. Currently, she's in Bangladesh, of course. If you can retrieve that video and listen to it again, there are some things that you're going to pick up. What she said, how she understood certain things, and you can use your own discretion on how to accommodate her in our business. So yes, we expect more of those, and we expect that people will be indifferent with what we are doing or our mission, of course. And currently there is a slowness of our operation. We have seen that. When you check the send buttons meeting, the number is fluctuating, but last week it was on 50%, 50, 60. We understand why, because people expected that after migration there should be a magic button to release that wealth. We had hi Sheila Michelle, welcome again, good to see you today, and thanks for all our viewers. I see the number has increased from 2 to 6 and we have 4 likes, but this wasn't my live stream. It was for our guest, but he's currently battling to connect. I don't know what's happening. But I'll only allow you extra 15 minutes to make it 30 minutes. I don't want to stay long because it's not mine. My live stream will be later. But I'll also try to see what are the problems that is facing, so that maybe we can arrange something. Maybe he might change the device from a phone to a laptop. Yeah. Okay. Hi, Osman. Osman, sorry, man. I forgot also recently, but I can track down. Yes. So because we are adding by this week, maybe we'll be having extra 5 different broadcasters from South Africa. One you already know, the lady who's going to welcome Stephen Coffey and Randy Wilson in South Africa. We're just waiting for the date. So then we'll be having extra 3 to 4 broadcasters, okay, from different provinces, since we have 9 provinces in South Africa, but of course only 6 provinces are currently flexible. Okay, so yeah, I was on the replay from Stephen Coffey. So I'm saying we do expect different views from anyone, and we do listen to the views of others. We don't just dispute anything. If someone says we are a scam, of course that person must give us facts. Why is he or she saying that? If someone says Bitcoin is a scam, that person has to give us the full understanding why is he saying that, or why is she saying that. Then from there we will have something to discuss. Okay, we don't just dispute people like that. We understand that financial education was never taught from formal school, you know, and well, whatever it's been implanted in our minds, it was a poison. Why I'm saying that, they did not teach us to be in control, not independent. You know, I hate independence, like I said to you yesterday, but instead I prefer control. Okay, because in the olden days, during our bartering system, people were in control. Okay, there was no third party. But today, since the rulers of the world have engaged into our affairs, so we have now third parties. That is why we have wars, diseases. There's no peace at all. You know, our finances are being controlled by someone. Oh, thanks, Osman from Ivory Coast. Sometimes I used to say Cote d'Ivoire. Thanks, my brother, for showing up. Yeah. So if you are in control of something, then it's going to be easier for one to implement ways of eradicating poverty. You know what I mean? But if you are not in control, like now, what is happening around the globe, we have CEOs, we have commissioners, we have lawyers, we have doctors. When you look at the whole arrangement, those people went all out to get those achievements, okay? Masters, MBA, honors, but they are not in control. They are still saving someone. Yesterday we discussed about what the banks are doing to us. Remember, if you have a credit card, someone is owning you, okay? And then if you have a bond house, then that house is not yours. If you are paying an installment for the car, that car belongs to someone, not you. You see, so you are being owned. So you are not in control of anything, okay? Should you fail to pay those things, a car, a bond, or a land, the banks will sell those things to someone else. It's their business, it's their nature, and we can't change them from there. There's only one way, okay? You already know the solution. The billion coin is in place, and it is the only token that is destined to end poverty globally. And Bitcoin has been there, yes. Okay, thanks, Dinah. If you miss a payment, they could make it okay. Yeah, thanks, Diana. Yes, if you miss a payment, you know it better, Diana, since Canada, 90% of the land and properties are owned by the Queen of England. You only have 10%, but that 10%, you are still not in control as Canadians. You are, you know, you are land holders, not owners. You see, there's a difference between. Okay. Okay, let's hear what's Osman saying. I'm thanking you for that. Oh, thanks, Osman. Yeah, Osman, I'm also looking forward to join your live stream. Okay. We must multiply broadcasters, because currently our number is low. We need at least to reach 1 million broadcasters, okay, from the current membership of TVC, which is over 3.2 million currently. Yeah. So I don't want independence, but I want control, because I already have something from TB, meaning wealth. Okay, so I must be in a position to control it and distribute it accordingly. Okay, let's hear what Dan is saying. If you don't pay your property tax, your property will be taken from you. Okay, that bartering system, like in the olden days. True. You saw in our tour in bartering system, like in the olden days. Papua New Guinea, they are still doing that. You saw their money, the Shell money. I've demonstrated that. I even forwarded you the live video pertaining that. So it's these tokens, like in a crypto world, if one person or two people introduces a concept of saying maybe they're introducing a new coin, maybe Steven and Diana's coin, as long as you're going to follow the principle, you can launch that coin, but you must know what is involved, eh? Yeah. But with the federal systems, you can't. You have to report to the Rothschild. You know, the banks, all banks, South Africa, Nigeria, America, Canada, wherever, they're controlled by the Rothschilds. So the policy will be one, the same strategy. The difference is that we are using a different currency in South Africa, which is ZAR. And then in Bangladesh and other Islamic states, they use rupee, and other countries they use dollar. In the Philippines, they use pesos. Okay, so but the concept is one. Now you can have your independent bank. Actually, there are independent banks, banks that are not associated with the federal system. So people were asking about the bank. Why can't we transact with the bank? But if we do, I'm not saying we are. If we do, our conduct and fractured foundation has to be repaired before someone comes on board and say, now as a merchant or financial institution, I want to trade with these guys. But of course, we all know that the Billion Coin is the only movement that will eradicate poverty globally. We are over 2 years now, and we are still here, and the membership is growing. That is why now we need more broadcasters. Okay. Lastly, okay, let's see. There is always the different currencies with TBC. We won't have to deal with that. Yes, that's true. Yeah, that's true. During the launch of Bitcoin, okay, that is on the first year, it did not come with a code, okay. It was launched at the price of 7 cents with our currency, but the next year it went up to over 1,300 with our currency. But before it reached, what is it now? I think we're looking at over $7,000 currently. But before it reaches that, people were already transacting Bitcoin, exchanging it to fiat currency. So with TBC, yes, of course, we have things like cash flow system. If we introduce that to everyone and do it according to the plan of admin or the way it has been instructed, then everyone at the end of the day will be in a position to generate some cash. So we're talking about cash flow. Yes, we did generate cash flow a lot of bucks in 2016. So we will still apply the same strategy. Okay. So we are currently in the building phase, and not forgetting that we are building an economy around TBC money. Okay. Anyway, my fellows, our guest is not showing up. I don't know what's happening. But anyway, I will try to find out and help him out, okay? I promise. He's keen to join you guys, but I'll try again later. And thanks for the likes. It's 5 likes and 5 viewers. And to everyone, I'm saying thank you again. Our 30 minutes is over. Like I said, I will only allow you 30 minutes. This was our guest live stream, but wow. Thank you for being here, for sharing with us. Thanks, Diana, Stephen, Osman from Ivory Coast, Jocelyn Conaras from the Philippines, and Stephen Coffey, and the rest. Yeah, I'm looking forward to share with you later again. And bye for now. This live stream broadcast is from Dobsonville, South Africa, Gauteng province, and the time now it's 7:42 a.m. Pacific time and 16:42 p.m. South African time. And as for now, bye. I like all guys. Thanks.